Thomas Cohen rode in his tour bus from a town hall on his way to a presidential debate set for the next day. As the bus passed yet another cornfield, his staff milled around the kitchen area, making coffee and decompressing. The meet and greet had gone well, a few hecklers, but Thomas was getting quite strong at giving them space to air their concerns and then redirecting them back to a solution that fit into his plan. He was making good inroads with the rural voters along with enjoying some top quality barbecue. Despite the positives, he found himself staring out the window and getting hung up on an interaction he had with a constitute. "You know," he said to his assistant Kelly, "last week a gentleman made a passing comment referring to Democrats as adulterers amid a tirade about prayer in schools. I shrugged that off as something being spread by right-wing pundits. Now, tonight, a young lady asserted that I was aligned with pagan gods and looking to bring about massive structural changes to the judicial system." Whoops. "Oh, that lady," Kelly grumbled with a slight sneer. "Simply misinformation," Thomas interjected, which I choked up to another internet talking point. Though, now that I'm reflecting, I've been seeing more references to this Norse myth stuff. You handle my social media. Has there been conversations out there associating our campaign with all of this?" Yeah, actually. Some of which we've leaned into, but only after some successful trends on Cooler. Walk me through this. How does a site where people share dance videos to old songs have anything to do with me? Dev Spooky, thanks for the biddies! How are you doing? How's your Saturday? Those are so cute. I like those. Are they doing that thing where they use my face with their lips to sing a song? Oh, thanks for the follow, Big Mac. Appreciate it. No, Kelly dragged out the word while she tried to figure out how to explain the Oh, I have emotes. My bad. I totally forgot about the emotes. Oh my goodness. Kelly dragged out the word while she tried to figure out how to explain the ever-evolving world of social media to her boss. See, when you want information about something, you use on a web search, right? The younger generation goes to Cooler and other social media sites. I see I'm losing you, but hold on. If I want to know what the latest news is on a celebrity, a sports team, or a major event, I can either go to a news site and get the information that has been filtered and vetted through an agent or editor. Or I can search the term on Cooler and see videos from someone that was there and filming at the moment, or the athlete right after the game, or whatever. She showed Thomas her phone and searched his name and the town they were just in. Videos of him talking to small groups of voters and eating a sandwich came up along with a few selfies with Mr. Cohen giving a thumbs up. Stop doing the thumbs up. It's becoming a whole meme. Anyway, young voters who we've established are the most impressible. Hold on a second. Oh, my bad. She's talking. Sorry, guys. Anyway, young voters, who we've established are the most impressionable and passionate demographic, aren't looking at press releases. They're searching cooler and seeing what their peers are saying. So, your supporters are making videos drawing correlations between you and other relevant things. A particular popular theme has been explaining your criminal reform policies and messaging about fighting corruption in politics through the lens of an already much discussed icon of fairness and judgment, Forseti. In fact, thanks to some of the videos created by our team, if you even search for Forseti on the app, you'll have to scroll down a few pages before you see something related to the murder case. I'm not sure how it got onto the boomer radar, but I assume it's a convoluted misunderstanding of something bored housewife saw while death scrolling. That's brilliant, Thomas conceded. I don't think we had a social media team though. I thought it was just you. Officially, yeah, I run your accounts. I connected with some other users on various sites that were spreading the same messages already, and we bounce ideas off each other. Nice. What would I do without you? Continue to eat bland pulled pork and drink terrible local beers in an effort to convert salty retirees by using logic to change their position from one that they didn't use logic to get into. Kelly said in a deadpan tone in what Thomas felt seemed like a rehearsed cadence. Since when did you become so jaded? I'm always jaded. You're just now paying attention. I'm going to go back to staring out the window. You know, Kelly added helpfully, you did do one video of Forseti's face with your lips giving your no one is above the law shatinks? Shikticks? Alright. Forseti, Odin acknowledged as his grandson walked into the hall. Father, I have a delivery for you, Forseti said, without preamble as he handed him a parchment. What is this? Odin muttered as he quickly scanned the document. Is this a summons? You summon me to trial here while I am holding a lecture? Forseti turned and looked at the rest of the room for the first time. Instead of the other Aesers seated in their thrones he was used to, there were instead citizens and servants seated on the floor watching the exchange. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. You didn't realize as you walked through a bunch of people to approach me? Who was clearly speaking? That I was talking to those people? I was a bit focused. Anyway, you've been served, so I'll just be on my way. Odin set the parchment aside and continued his lecture. President Ridgway was flying from his latest rally to do one last speech before the debate. The press and his staff were gathered at the bar. While he was sipping a soda and talking with his advisor Cindy, how was the crowd, Sin? There had to be thousands of people. Ticket sales indicate about 350, Cindy said tentatively. That many people snuck in for free? We need to increase security. That reminds me, Cindy added with a bit of a wince. The security company at the next venue said they weren't going to work unless we pay ahead. I guess they're owned by the same company that's... Those scammers. One post and I'll have armed guards there. Hold on. Where's my phone? The police love me. The citizens love me. I don't know what we worry about. Let the people in, I always say. What about the ticket sales? Cindy asked, confused. Well, they need to buy tickets and merch, beautiful merch. Sir, we should prepare for the next speech. We missed the talking points on tax changes and trade agreements. I got carried away, but you're right. Hit the point. How can we work that into the speech we just did? I feel like I was on a good roll. You were, sir. Here's what I was thinking. Cindy continued. Whoops. What is the meaning of this? Odin demanded, walking into Forsetti's hall, occupied by other gods that had been summoned to court. Odin, Forsetti acknowledged, apologies, but I'm in the middle of a lecture. I'm sorry, did Forsetti just say that to Odin? Okay, sorry. Odin looked around for a moment before spotting Morgan seated in a chair nearby. Lecture? The only person here is your servant girl. I have no servants. This is Morgan, and she is an officer of the court. Officer of the Forsetti, what is this nonsense of a trial? Are you just bored? Are you holding a grudge for the forgotten thing? I assure you that judgment holds no grudges. Justice, however, demands pursuit until a judgment is rendered. Call off this Volova hunt? I was within my rights as All-Father to take the actions I took to protect our way of life. I won't hear your case until the trial. Your premise, however, is flawed. You have been called as a witness, not as a defendant. Then who is... What? Hold on. What the Helheim is this? A voice erupted from the entrance as Loki marched into the hall. The court of Asgard v. Loki? What kind of giant-hating puppet trial are you trying to pull off here, Acer? Forsetti sighed. Again, the trial begins tomorrow, and we will argue the merits of the case then. On what charges? Loki scoffed. Attempted cope of the Norse pantheon. Forsetti stated simply. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Thanks, Def Spooky! I refuse to entertain this charade. Loki waved his hands dismissively and began to leave. As he grew closer to the door, a stiff wind began to pick up, and Loki found himself struggling against it. Glancing back, Loki realized that the clothes on the others in the hall weren't so much as blowing in a breeze, and he slumped his shoulders to walk back to the gathering. I will see you all at midday tomorrow, Forsetti announced as he rose from his seat. Come, Morgan. We'll continue our lesson in my office. I think that's that was chapter 22. Let me get a drink here. I like that emote too. I need something like that. I thought about getting an emote that says like, I don't know, something about lurking or whatever. Alright, so a recap of what we just read. We just read basically, Forseti is, the gist of it is, okay, so there's some politicians, I guess, that's getting worried about being involved in the whole Forseti thing. But then there is, in the gods realm or whatever, Forseti apparently is, he is trying to, I guess, take Loki to court or whatever. So that's basically what we just, that was the gist of that chapter. So sorry, I'm typing something real quick that I forgot to do earlier. Alright, so we will continue with chapter 23. I like how every chapter has like a different picture kind of deal. I think that's cool. Where's my Kindle? There it is. Alright. Good evening, America, a tall man said into the camera. I'm Walt Isaacson, and welcome to the third and final presidential debate. We are 1 week from Election Day, and our candidates are ready to make their cases for your votes. The dim stage behind him lit up in reds and blues as the candidates made their way from opposite sides of the stage. They stopped to shake hands before going to their individual podiums. Introducing the candidates. To my left is Democratic Party candidate Thomas Cohen, and to my right is President Todd Ridgway, the Republican candidate. Hey, little Mac! No, it's not Friday, it's Saturday! What do you mean it's Friday? Wait, it does overlap? Are they going to go to court at the same time? Yeah, it's definitely Saturday. Yeah. Friday I felt more rested than I do today. So. After allowing sufficient time to applause from the live audience, the host continued. First, we will cover the rules of this debate. Each candidate will have a chance to answer the question, after which their opponents will be given time for a rebuttal. For this debate, we've established a new restriction in which the opposition's microphone will be muted during the question candidates answer. During rebuttal, the microphone will be unmuted for both to allow a discussion. The TV broadcast ran a banner at the bottom of the screen informing the audience that the policy was agreed to by both candidates after a heated second debate where the host struggled to get the questions and answers on track. We'll begin with opening remarks from candidate Cohen. Thanks, Walt. I'm glad to be here tonight and speak directly to the American people about the issues I care deeply about, as well as the issues they care about. While I have been traveling our great country, I've had the opportunity to speak to thousands of hard-working people that want to know how I plan to protect their safety, their finances, and their liberty. I hope to continue that conversation here with all those that I have not had the opportunity to to speak with yet, so that may not be inclined to come to one of my events. Thank you, Mr. Cohen. Now we'll hear opening remarks from President Ridgway. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience and at home all across this great country, I'm happy to be here. Let's be honest, there's work to do to continue to make this country, this amazing country, into an even greater nation and world power. My opponent talks about safety while freeing criminals and protecting money while funding socialist programs. For those that can still see that's a smokescreen, I'm hoping to show you tonight that there's one path to fixing this country, and it's by re-electing me and maintaining control of Congress so we can finish our work. Thank you, Mr. President. We'll pause here for a commercial break and have our first questions after this. Dude. The president just came right out and attacked the other candidate. The other candidate didn't even do that, I don't think. Alright. Oh, okay, Singy, I see what you mean. I got it now. Thank you all for coming, Forseti said as he took his seat on his throne in the main hall of Glitnir. The room had been rearranged to fit the needs of the trial, with his seat at the rear wall of the room. Another seat to his left for a witness stand and table set up for the opposing sides. There was a large gallery with seats on either side of the room. The assembled gods sat orderly in the seats behind Loki's table, with a few citizens seated in the rows across the aisle. We are here to review the evidence of the giant Loki sought to destroy the Asgardian realm through deception and direct action among the Midgardians. This hearing will be slightly different than we've done in the past, as I've become more educated on Midgardian court practices and would like to adopt some of those. We will first hear the evidence and accounts from witnesses. After the prosecution has finished their case, the defendant, Loki, will be given time to rebut the charges. As before, I will render judgment based on the evidence presented, and my decision will be final. As I continue both prosecute and pass judgment, at least not since the Thor dressing up as Farah and killing a bunch of giants trial. 8 years you made me work as a handmaiden. Thor stood up and interrupted. True, how are you doing? How's your Saturday? In any case, Forseti continued, the persecution on behalf of Asgard will be done by Lady Morgan, who filed the charges. The court looked at the pale woman who was in a well-tailored dark blue dress with a matching jacket that Frigg had made for her. As a murmur began to build over the idea that a Midgardian sacrificial servant would be questioning one of their own, Forseti hammered a gavel on his chair's arm. Quiet! Morgan is no servant of mine, nor anyone else. I have released her from service, while I am bound to ensure her existence per Odin's judgment. She has become an eternal in her own right through her own legend. Odin, All-Father and wisest of Aesir, look upon her and tell the audience what you see. I am very exhausted today. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but I'm okay. Besides that. We don't have much left of our books, though. Yeah, so I didn't go to bed till like, I know it was after 2:30 at some time this morning, and then I had to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning because I had to go like pet sit. Well, I had to go feed some dogs their breakfast or whatever. So, and I have not been back to bed basically since then. I tried going back to sleep, but I couldn't. So here I am. Did you really? Wait. Was there a reason why you passed out so early? Ugh. Oh, well, that's good. At least you got off medication. That sucks, dude. They were trying new medication on me. Oh, I forgot to give everybody an update on that. So I went to like this neurologist or whatever to get on ADHD medicine. He prescribed one medicine for me, all right, which was the medicine that I was having issues with like a couple weeks ago. And he had me stop taking them, and then I had a follow-up appointment. And basically at my follow-up appointment, he just straight up was like, yeah, I can't help you. I have to send you to an ADHD specialist. And then he was like, good luck, bye-bye. So I was like, okay. He didn't recommend anybody or anything. I totally forgot to tell everybody about that. So yeah. Alright. Odin looked at Morgan, who met his gaze steadily. He looked deeper, seeing the connection she had to this realm. He could see her connection to Forseti, but she was not taking power from him. Instead, she has a spark of eternity. Energy flows to her from other realms, and she owes nothing to Forseti. Odin continued to look at Morgan as she turned back to the trial. He had, of course, seen other mortals gain fame enough to exist on their own before. Ragnar Lothbrok, Eric Bloodaxe, and a few others. They had fought great battles and were celebrated in remembrance by their armies, though. This girl was sacrificed, and her spark burned brighter than some of the gods he certainly sat among. Okay, I get that. Do you have the insomnia? Yeah, okay, it seems like there's a lot of people I know that have insomnia. Like, I don't sleep the greatest. Really. I don't always sleep the greatest, but I had somebody recommend me like to try like a weighted blanket. So that's what I've been using to try to help me with sleep. Then again, I also heard that smoking weed can help too. So there's that. Oh wow. I don't think I was cranky, but I don't know. I don't remember that far back. Really? Wait, did you build, is your tolerance to it is very high? I've never tried it, but I want to try it just to help with the sleep. Just to help with sleep. Sorry, guys. Do you really? Oh my gosh. What do you do there? I mean, that has to be fun, right? Oh, nice. Hey, congratulations then. It's chill. I don't know. Maybe you could sneak some while working. Now that's settled. We'll begin with opening arguments. Morgan, please state your purpose. Do you just do it right in the open? The case I will present will show, beyond a doubt, that the giant Loki manipulated his fellow gods to plot the collapse of the Asgardian pantheon. Through his direct actions while you slept, he nearly succeeded, and only through his own hubris did he fail. His oversight of a small shrine in Canada and the unfortunate fall of a slippery knife have led us here. Through careful research and collaboration, I was able to untangle the web that was spun, and I look forward to illustrating his misdeeds to you. Morgan straightened her lapels, turned to Forseti, and winked before taking a seat. Now then, I'm no lawyer, but I've watched enough serial dramas to know how to build suspense. Spoons! How's your Saturday going? I'm glad that you are here. That's good. I'm very tired today. So... Wait, true, they actually let you do that? Like, they don't care or anything? Most jobs, like, care. Oh, that's true, you are the boss. That's true. That's funny. Now the court will ask the defendant for opening remarks. My friends, this is bull skitter. Forseti is still upset about the prank on Balder and that he wasn't a memorable as the rest of us. I have not done anything that didn't serve the greater mission of preserving our people and avoiding Ragnarok. I have worked tirelessly for you, my Aesir and Vanir family, to protect you from the increasingly dangerous world out there where fewer believe in gods than ever before, and their so-called science is able to explain how the natural world works, leaving us without purpose. I've done nothing more than trying to make Asgard great again. Wait. Wait, did you got a new monitor? Did I miss? Did you like post a picture or something? That is cool. That sounds like a big... Hold on. Okay. I look forward to seeing it. I didn't even know that you were getting a new one. Did I miss? I must have missed it or whatever. Where? Okay. Treat yourself. Seth, how are you doing? How's your Saturday? As Loki took his seat, Forseti instructed Morgan to call her first witness. When Morgan called on Odin to testify, there was a collective gasp among the gallery. Odin rose and walked towards the seat to Forseti's left. As he approached, the marble floor of Glitnir shaped itself around the wooden seat that had been there, creating a large, gleaming throne of silver and gold. Which actually, let me do these. That's spooky. I did all those earlier. Alrighty, thank you. I got most of them. I think stories and true was the only ones left. Thank you, Seth. Before you are seated, Morgan began quietly, almost as if the words were choked out before regaining the strength of her voice. Mr. Allfather, we ask that you take an oath of true intention. This was a gamble, possibly a deadly one, but one she and Forseti had prepared for and agreed was necessary. You think me a liar, small human? I am many things, but a liar is not one of them. I've nothing to hide, nor do I fear the consequences of my actions. Then we should be able to agree to a simple and narrowly focused oath. Morgan kept her eyes trained on Odin. She wanted to glance towards Forseti for reassurance or for him to interject and insist on it as a rule of the court, but she knew that this part was on her. They had to get Odin to agree to an oath. If he took it, anyone else at the stand would have no choice but to follow his example. If he refused, though, it is standard procedure in modern trials. Perhaps, what would you have me agree to? Odin asked guardedly. That anything you say while in this court is true to the best of your knowledge. That you'll answer all questions from myself, Forseti, and Loki to the best of your ability and without any withholding of information that is relevant to give a full account. That you will not offer any other complimentary except to answer the questions you are asked by myself or Loki during our turns to question or Forseti at any time. Your oath will be satisfied upon being dismissed from your testimony by Forseti. Morgan checked her notes to make sure she hadn't missed anything. This part was critical, as the Norse had held oaths and vows to be the most significant ties one could make to another. Indeed, Loki owed much of his not being dead at the hands of the Aesir he had wronged to an oath Odin had made long ago to him. While the vows were taken seriously, that didn't stop the gods from looking for holes in the oath to take advantage of. Will you agree to those terms? Yes, of course. Those terms are fine. Odin agreed before reciting them back as his assent. Afterwards, he sat quietly in his chair and waited for Morgan to ask her first question. Morgan sighed eternally with relief. Her first gambit had succeeded. Mister, do you have a surname? Bruson, Odin responded. Really? Should I call you Mr. Bruson? No. How should I address you formally? All Father will do, though I have always liked Rafanog or Fjolnir. Fjolnir. Odin will be fine, Morgan. Forseti interrupted. Knowing his grandfather had been called by hundreds of names, he wanted to cut off the train of thought lest the all-relevant cause inspire Odin to go off the rails. Oh god, thanks for the lurk, I appreciate it. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you, Seth. You gonna be the dragon? Seth, I don't know if you... Is this the first time you seeing the dragon since it's changed? I appreciate it. No, okay. Yeah, it's no longer all droopy and gross looking. Dude, Seth, you're... Oh no. Wait, it didn't show anything. There it goes. I appreciate it. What is it going to change to? Did it lose the mustache now? It's almost like it's reverting back to what it used to look like. He needed a shave. That's funny. Seth, your stream yesterday, I don't know, like, it showed you had a lot of viewers in your stream. I stopped in there a few times and stuff, you know. Doo-doo-doo. Seth, did you shout your own self out? I know. I mean, you're streaming a long time, and I kid you not, like, every time I looked, like, you had, yeah. It was crazy. No? But, no, we gotta do a shout out for you, too. There you go. I do it for you. I appreciate it. But yeah. I did send you the video of that bird from Pal World, didn't I? I can't remember. I think I did. Okay, good. Alright. Right. Morgan got herself refocused. Can you tell the court, Odin, what your intention was by having Loki act on Earth to cause the forgetting? She decided she was claiming the forgetting as her term, as she hadn't heard a better one for it, and it was catchy. Objection. Loki's voice interrupted. Speculation. Are you saying that Odin would only be speculating on his own intentions? Forseti asked. No, she's speculating on Odin's intentions in sending me to Midgard. It's hardly speculation when he confirmed it in a public audience. Then, objection, prejudicial, I can't speak, questioning. No, Forseti said simply. At seeing Loki's insulted look, he continued, This is an American court. I'll hear your objection, but I'll rule on them only if they serve the truth. There are no legal loopholes here, only truth. Go ahead and answer, All Father. Like in the actual stories of him? Sure, Odin began. My intention was to avoid Ragnarok. How would this plan have worked exactly? Morgan probed. By taking advantage of the noise being caused by the Christian upstarts. With their surge in the Norse spreading into the New World, I foresaw a similar fate to what became of the Eastern pantheons. The Greeks, the Romans, and others have become weaker, but continue to exist through their legacy. I learned much of their story through Mimir's well, as I always learned that Ragnarok is a cycle. The last time it happened, as has happened every time, the All-Father of that age built on the work of the ages before him to prevent this cycle from repeating. He came closer. Hold on a second. Is he? Sorry, I got lost. Okay. Hey, Bohemian apparently she recently read this book too. Is he still talking? I don't see a closing quotation mark, so I'm going to assume he's not from... Okay. He came closer than ever before because he realized that trying to put on out the fires and prevent the prophecy was a fool's errand. I think he was talking there. He was talking about the previous one. Yeah, so... But like this whole chapter... He's talking in this whole chapter right here, right? Like he doesn't stop talking? Cause, yes. My bad. Okay. The last time it happened, as happened every time, the All-Father of that age built on the work of the ages before him to prevent the cycle from repeating. He came closer than ever before because he realized that trying to put out the fires and prevent the prophecy was a fool's errand. Oops. Instead, he worked to hide the prophecy, rationalizing that the gods of the time wouldn't know how to prevent anything. While it ultimately failed, his decision to send someone to Midgard to suppress information fascinated me. I realized that his vision had been too narrow in this. Why merely suppress information when he would create a new story? I've known since I drank from Miss Burner that it didn't really matter what we did here. It mattered what the Midgardians, the humans, believed. My plan became desperate when Baldur was killed, but I decided that having the humans forget about Ragnarok, forget about us completely would reduce the threat. I hid how dependent we are on the beliefs of Midgard from the other gods so that they wouldn't interfere, and I sent Loki to conceal. To conceal our existence until such time we could be brought back with a new story. A story without Ragnarok. A story without the prophecy that leads to Ragnarok. A story without some of your fellow gods? Morgan interrupted. In some cases, yes. If those gods were so tied to the events that would cause the conflict that results in destruction, I felt it safe to sacrifice them for the greater good. Oh, I forgot to mention, Bohemian bought a new book today, by the way. And I thought it was funny. She bought another Norse mythology book. I know, right? She said that she's always liked Norse, so When did you speak to Loki about this plan? While he was restrained in the cave. Why did you approach him with this? He has proven to be capable of influencing many. He is also central to the events of Ragnarok. His children will lead the force that destroyed all, and as the events begin to unfold, I could see how our treatment of him, our punishments, would lead to their revolt. I wanted to offer a truce, and he was the most capable agent I could think of for my purpose. What was Loki's price? Did he agree to help for only his freedom? No, he wanted the freedom to operate as he needed, his freedom from bondage, and for Seti to be removed from our story. He resented Seti for his punishments. And you agreed to these terms? Morgan asked. Yes, Odin said flatly. If it came to losing one Aesir in the name of vengeance or losing the world when Loki's children sought vengeance, it wasn't really a choice. How much of the final plan did Loki influence? Very little. I planned and spoke with Mimir to strengthen the plan and conveyed it to Loki. He made suggestions based on his history with the humans and proposed ways to rebuild our legacy. It was his idea to integrate our story into religions so that they would be easier to accept and understand when the time was right. Did he indicate to you that all the other gods would sleep while he acted on Earth? Yes, I was aware that he would need to slumber while our story was changed and retold. Did he indicate how he would stay awake and able to work while everyone else was forgotten? He said that if he was able to gain supporters in his human form, he would be empowered by them without a need for his story to be told, as he would be living a new story. Thank you for your time, Allfather. Morgan returned to her table while Loki stood to cross-examine Odin. Just one more question, if I may, she interjected before sitting down, causing Loki to awkwardly hover over his seat and look to Seti. I don't know yet. This week was kind of busy. So basically I have a art book that I have to have a review done by the 6th that I'm needing to finish. And then I have a beta reading that needs to be done by the end of the month. And that's kind of what's going on right now on that. And work has been crazy. I haven't played Pal World that much this week because of it. So I will definitely let you know. But I finally I finally like beat the boss dude or whatever. Um like I tried it one time when I was going through the tutorial and they dough ball. I have a crossbow now on mine, by the way. I might use it a lot. I'm trying to catch more of them though, because I guess you have to catch 10 to like make it a complete set or whatever. So, but anyway, so I tried to do the boss the first time, and obviously, like, I got creamed really badly. And so then I think, like, I didn't try it again until, like, level 20. So, you have an AR? You're level 50? Demon! How are you doing? Hey, I was on your stream the other day. I don't know if I was able to say something. I heard that level 50 is the max level. I don't know if that's correct though. So I'm like 20 something. I have the ability to make some kind of gun or whatever, but I don't have the materials I need. So what do you do after you reach 50? What were you donating? Dude, I hate when that happens. It's so annoying. And then it just feels like there's always a bug in your eye. Facts, yeah. Were you like donating blood or something? I don't do that very often. There is one time I almost passed out donating blood plasma. Dude, I did that too. I used to do that. I stopped doing it though because there wasn't like there was times that when I went in to give for plasma, I only got like 30-40 bucks and I would be there for like 2 hours. So I stopped doing that. And then I've had a couple bad experiences trying to do that, cuz like I had a lady that basically like there was like blood squirting all over the place. I don't know how else to explain it. So wait, there's legendaries in there? What are the legendaries? Oh, I totally forgot. Seth, okay. You know those giant green elephant things that are in Pal World? Yeah, so blood donations don't really, sorry guys. They don't pay up here either, but when I was given plasma, that's what happened. Like, there was a couple times that, like, they just sent me home without getting any plasma because they screwed up my, you know. Wait, you kill it with a sword? No. Okay, think about it this way, okay? I'm level 20 something, okay? One of those green elephants, for some reason, spawned onto my base. Okay? And it's like level like 36. And it destroyed everything on my base because all of my pals started attacking it and everything. And and I was like freaking out, so I just started throwing a whole bunch of like the balls at it to try to catch it, because there's nothing else I could do. It's like rampaging my base, and all of my pals are just attacking it. And so I think after like 10 to 20 balls, I finally caught it. So I'm level 20 and I have a level 36 green elephant thing now. Puka, how are you doing? How's your Saturday? Thanks for the redeem. Yes, I managed to catch it. It took a while. And then afterwards, all of my stuff, I had to like use a repair kit. Like I had to use like 5 repair kits on each of my items. And then put all of my pals into the box because they were all like, they were all dead. Thanks, Puka. Yeah, I have a few different sounds there. Thanks, Demon, I appreciate it. That has not been my Saturday at all. I'm very exhausted, and I only got like half of the stuff that I needed to do today done. So, but I'm totally okay. And then I was on iStream. Well, I usually put a whole bunch of streams up while I'm, Actually, I have thought about getting a redeem that's like I need your attention or whatever. For like while I'm reading, but I mean, to be honest, I get so distracted with chat most of the time that I don't think it would benefit, because I'm pretty on top of chat. Yeah, I'll probably get some rest later on or whatever. We'll see. We will see. Alrighty. Thanks, Seth. See, y'all take good care of my dragon. I don't do anything with it, to be honest. It probably gets mad at me all the time. Go ahead, but please ensure you're prepared to end your questioning next time. For Seti Amadish? Sorry, slipped my mind, Morgan said, just as she had rehearsed the previous day. Odin, if you had known that Loki's plan included establishing himself in another pantheon and allowing the Norse gods to remain asleep, would you have sent him on this mission? Well, of course not. Odin stuttered, taken aback at the implication that had just been made. He looked towards Loki, who was midway between sitting and standing and looking rather bewildered. That wasn't the plan we had discussed at all. Thank you. I'm done with my questioning now. She turned to Loki and locked eyes with him, and smirk on her lips. Your witness? Our next question comes from our live stream. Walt, Isaac's son, tells the candidate, how do you plan to deliver on your campaign promises in an increasingly divided establishment? Mr. President, we'll start with you. Thanks, Walter, and thank you, viewer, for your great question. As you know, we campaigned making big promises before our last election to rid DC of corruption. reduce the tax burden on the working men and women, and secure our borders from foreign criminals. In the past 4 years, we launched dozens of investigations into former government officials, and through a strong relationship with Congress, was able to pass laws making tougher punishments for traitors and those careless with classified documents. We passed the biggest tax break on Middle America in history while growing our military and border security. We've been able to do amazing things these last few years and look forward to kicking those efforts into overdrive during my next term as we continue to strengthen our position on the world stage. Whoops. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Cohen, your rebuttal and answer. Great question from the viewer at home, Walt, but I'm afraid the president didn't answer it any more than he has any direct questions tonight. If we look at his original campaign promises against his supposed successes, we can see that the goalposts have been removed constantly throughout his first term. The only corruption that has been exposed has been in his own staff. The congregational investigation have cost the taxpayers millions and have resulted in no charges. The tax cut has been much discussed as a poison pill that very clear shows a massive increase in a couple years for most Americans, and another cut for the richest in the form of more loopholes and exemptions for items only those people can afford.
Saggy, how are you doing? How's your Saturday?
That is a cute email. Is that yours?
Wait, are you affiliated? I don't think you're affiliated, right? Or am I just crazy?
You can't shoot a hole in a barn wall and then go draw the target around it and claim a bullseye. You also can't ram legislation through on just the strength of party control that the average American doesn't agree with, then beg for another term to work on the things that matter to them. My administration will work with both parties to determine a path forward that works for our country and building on the things that have been proven to work in our countries around the world. If we're unable to build consensus with our colleagues across the aisle, we will work as hard as we have during this campaign to educate and discuss with you, the voters, what we want to accomplish and why we may be getting stopped from doing so. The voters will decide who is acting in their interests and if the people that have the privilege to serve them are working against them. We will work tirelessly to provide a candidate that will serve them. ALR? Wait. What is ALR? Why did you have an IV back? Are you okay? Now I'm like worried. Oh, alright. How did I not know that? What was the IV bag for? Today's going okay. The only thing is I'm exhausted, but besides that, I'm doing pretty good. I think that was the end of the chapter, by the way. We will stop there on the reading. And we'll finish this. We only have this chapter and then 25. And then that's the end of the book.
Yeah, because I don't think I'd be able to read anymore because I feel my voice going, so. I need to look into like a program that will change my voice.